Comrade Gerald Kachi has an organization that has been interested in this case and has followed this case over the years. From the demise of the singer, he has followed this case, and now even down to the court proceedings. Okay, I followed a part of it. I read through all the proceedings, followed some court sessions, but he was there almost every court session following the case. And by the time the judgment came out and he was sentenced to death by hanging, or let me say sentenced to by hanging, I remember I was talking to him and he was shocked. He said from what he followed, is this the judgment that can come out of this? So we have different views. Some people are saying yes, it's right, it's absolutely right, internet judges, and people on the internet saying it's absolutely right. But some people are saying what about his children, even if he's guilty? But when I was talking to Comrade Gerald Kachi, he had a different opinion because he followed. Okay, and watching this video, let me just play this part of this video before I go to Comrade Gerald Kachi.
Testified that Peter Nwachukwu, their father, had stomped violently on Osinachi's chest during one of his episodes of beating, and her death occasioned shortly after that stomping. Witnesses gave account of how he would deny her medical care when she sustained injuries during the beating, even though he knew that she needed a hospital. The prosecution provided 25 pieces of evidence to support their case, including sworn affidavits, voice recordings documenting abuse, photos and medical imaging, scans, x-rays showing bodily damage, medical reports showing internal injuries that occurred as a result of blunt force trauma. Even the hospital where she died in, where she passed, gave testimony of the condition of her chest area due to the kick, the stomp he gave her chest, and how that was a direct cause of her death. If this case was between a politician and an ordinary person, would have said the politician has gone to bribe. The politician is trying to oppress the younger person. But in this case, does Osinachi's family have any money? It's from a very, very humble family. All the overwhelming evidence and exhibits, the prosecution did prove its case beyond reasonable doubt. So for those who are in doubt, I hope that my explanations have cleared it for you. And I hope that through these questions, we have gotten a better understanding of what transpired, how the law works, and how the courts arrived at its decision. But just to add, the legal framework understands that a judge or a court can make a mistake, can err in its decisions, and that's why there are always avenues for appeals. This court.
All right, so welcome back. Now, comrade, you listen to that lady.
Oh yes.
You see, and she talked like say she did the court past you, because she mentioned a number of things like the count charges that the kind of people that came forward.
The associate.
Yeah. So what do you have to say about that before we go into the battery and everything? What do you have to say about that quickly?
It's unfortunate that our people are easily swayed by emotions, sentiment, and what have you. Yes, she's partly right, and the worst thing that can happen in the society when you have half-truth, or when people give you what they want you to, feed you what they want you to hear, but they are not the facts and realities of the matter. Yes, staff of Mr. Peter Nwachukwu came and testified against Mr. Peter. Also, staff also came and testified for Mr. Peter. Yes, you made mention of the neighbors, you made mention of associates, she made mention of children. Now let me start with the neighbors. One of the neighbors, if you go through the record of proceedings, claimed that 2 months before Mr. Osinachi died, she saw Mr. Peter beating Osinachi or slap Osinachi in a shop. Of course, those things we realize, and I'm surprised that even judgment can be entered with regards to that kind of statement or testimony. Because even at that 2 months before Osinachi died, 3 months before she died, she was in hospital.
So that means that view is very wrong.
So if you are claiming that she slapped Osinachi 2 months before she died, and it was recorded, it's captured in record of proceedings, certified through copy. Whereas medical report showed that as at even 3 months before then, she was in General Hospital, Ogbonnaya, before she was recommended to National Hospital where she died. He goes to tell you all these fabricated lies. Yeah, you talk about staff. Yes, in every organization, in every situation, in every association, staff come and go, and there are disagreements. Peter will disagree with some of them, and he sacks some of them. And those ones that are disgruntled, sack staff cannot say anything good about you when that situation comes about. But then they have also staff that have stayed with them for more than 11 years. That came and testified that all these things are pure lies. Pure lies. You see, some of the lies they tabled against Mr. Peter, that he married first wife, and the first wife died before he married. Lies from pit of hell. A wedding he attended at Sokoto 1987. That's the picture when they ransacked his house. Went to his old pictures. They used it against him. A child that he went to baptism with, that is Onyabuko Cletus from Osumei in Inewi, who is a spare parts dealer. Then that was living in Sokoto now in Lagos. He's now selling in Lagos. The son, Mr. Peter was asked to come and be the father in baptism in Catholic Church in Sokoto Diocese. That was what they used against him. Recently, they see that one in social media. People say, don't they drop and that? Since they know they fly. You understand? Other flower lies they brought against him, that he was driving his vehicle and he pushed the wife out. You ask yourself, even common sense, is it possible that you can be driving, the vehicle will be moving, and you push your wife out
of a moving car?
Now, you talk about, just like I said, some of the things the lady said there.
Yes.
It can be nothing. Not even close to. Yes, he made mention of people that testify and be something that happened to the first. But when it comes to medical report,
yeah, she said there were bruises that they hit.
There were no such thing. I will send you record of proceedings that you will screenshot some of them and show to the world. In fact, the head of department, I think in pathologist in National Hospital,
when she lost her life?
Yes, who participated, who headed the autopsy. The name is Dr. Friday Ola. Is referred to that the record of procedure as PW15. He's a medical doctor of 21 years experience. He became a pathologist in 2015. He's heading a department in National Hospital. In fact, the team that carried that autopsy include representative from the wife family, representative from Ministry of Women Affairs, representative from the police with their camera, all the pathologists, all with that exception that the National Hospital, among others. And they came out with their report, which they submitted. The report
before the report, was Peter Nwachukwu representative part of the team?
No, it wasn't. Peter Nwachukwu has no representative in that autopsy.
Okay, so let's go on.
Now, in that report, it showed that what killed the woman was cardiac tamponade, a cancer that affected the kidney, the lungs, and the heart. You understand? And it appears like she had been having this chest pain for some time. They were treating it for ulcer, not knowing that it was cancer. Which most likely that's the mistake for ulcer in the past. And as at the time they discovered that the woman was suffering from cancer, she never recovered. She was in hospital, from one hospital to another. And the man stayed with the wife throughout that period. In fact, it was another person that was taking care of the children
throughout those periods.
Yes. And he was in communication with the family. Look at the situation. You understand? So it's quite unfortunate. And immediately the woman eventually died. 2 days after they arrested the man, as a result of frivolous petitions, allegations levied against, which they have now gone to court, and court affirmed some of these allegations.
There was even a video where when he was arrested, he said, "My wife died of cancer."
Oh yes, and that is a fact. It was established cause of death. It was submitted in the court. In fact, while listening to George, I was shedding tears for my male folks who do not understand what is going on. There's no family on earth that doesn't have issues one way or the other.
The other misunderstandings will come up.
You understand?
Yeah.
If the issues of Blessed Mother Virgin Mary with regards to the husband Joseph was not intervened by the divinity, nobody would have believed that even Blessed Mother did not know any man. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
Let alone mortals like us. That you have issue with your in-law will make you to, punish. I'm sure that karma has a way of working. In future, these children that they are thinking they are brainwashing will grow up to find a difference and find cause of death. Almost all of them that conspired to do this kind of wickedness against this man will face it.
The children
now, to tell you their agenda is on property because they're having this self-entitlement mentality that it was our sister that was feeding Mr. Peter. Mr. Peter is not doing anything. Mr. Peter is this, Mr. Peter is that, he's the one covering. Whereas Facts on Ground shows differently. The family are more than, I think, up to 8 in number. The family of Osinachi. It was only Osinachi that he went to above secondary school. And courtesy of help of this Mr. Peter. Mr. Peter married Osinachi around 2008. Osinachi career blossomed around 2018 or thereabouts. So for that 10 years they were together, they born all their children. Who was taking care of it? All of them are claiming to be singers. Since they are all singers now, how have they grown? Now, is it not somebody that managed Osinachi to grow to the point? Now to tell that they are after property, they situate another court proceeding, civil proceeding against Mr. Peter. In a joint account, he co-opened with the wife in Zenith Bank for royalties they are getting from some things they are doing in media. That court is somewhere in Cuba. It used to be in Ogbonnaya, but now it's in Cuba, FCT Abuja. Could you imagine that court give an ex parte order without hearing the substantive suit? Meaning that, just for a layman to understand what I'm saying, if I'm coming to you as a judge, as a court, to decide my quarrel with you and me, and I'm making a relief is prayer, or say I'm demanding, bros, give me this watch I'm wearing now. You understand? So it's expected that in substantive suit, I'm supposed to give you reasons why you should give me, I should give you this watch. You understand? You come with your prayers. So okay, this watch and this bangle, my Lord give you to me, I need it. And some of the claim they are claiming is that they want access to that account that they could not pay the children's school fees. Whereas Honorable Nkiru Onyejocha, representing Isukwato, where Osinachi comes from, have taken, it's all over the media, it's within a video, that she's taking care of children's education up to university, 4 of them, and she just recently paid to the school around June. Dunamis have also pledged to that. When they were burying the woman, they set up a foundation for the woman. So where are you claiming that you are demanding money for school fees? And in packing some of their properties, they took $21,000 they save. They want to use buy a house in Ako Estate.
Who took all these ones?
The people that practice, I think they are one of the, either they got win that petition because they are one of the people that, from what is the defense staff of Mr. Peter said in the court, that they went there to collect clothes for Mr. Peter. IPO asked him, since they arrest this man, we had only one clothes, go to the house and bring more clothes for him. Getting to the house, saw them packing. He demanded why they packing. He said they gave Mr. Peter quick notice. Landlord giving Mr. Peter quick notice. Are you Mr. Peter Nwachukwu?
Who is the one packing? I want to know who was packing.
Godwin, that's the family of Osinachi. Godwin is a member of the family. Yes, the one that related. How related is it to Osinachi? It's the younger brother. Okay. So they are packing things now. Mr. Peter is claiming that he has money they saved there. The 2 cars they have, the studio he set up with high sophisticated equipment and the AC, all the clothes he bought for Osinachi and the jewels, everything that belongs to them, they pack it. So how can you come around and claim that you don't have money to pay for school fees? Meanwhile, Mr. Peter, while in incarceration, have sent several people to go and visit the children to find out the welfare of the children. They deny them access.
So let's not make this too long. We'll talk about this again and again and again. But in a nutshell, once again, from what you follow, because I was there at one of the proceedings and followed it for a while, but I know you've been there from the beginning.
You see?
Do you see from the proceedings, do you think this man killed his wife?
No. Once the cause of death is established,
Then,
and you know, they use taxpayers' money to do that autopsy. You understand? The autopsy shows cause of death. The autopsy proved there was no fracture. The autopsy said there is no mark of violence on her body. The medical reports also show cause of death. So if somebody slap you and you have a black eye, whenever you die, they do autopsy. It will show. That is where you say the truth.
you know, what it mean?
Now to buttress it, like I was talking about the property they were after. They institute civil action to have access to the joint account they have in Zenith Bank. Now, in the expecting order the court gave, he gave them they should release 50% of the money. When he has not heard the substantive suit, this is what led to suspension of Justice Inyako of Federal High Court and many other judges that NJC have suspended. This week we are in. Hopefully tomorrow they will start hearing the matter when you have given order they should release. When you have not heard the reasons from other parties, you are giving they should release.
Could there be people in high places interested in this case and just want to see Peter Nwachukwu go down? Because he's not a politician, and I'm wondering why. Because if you say from what the proceedings, all finger points that this man didn't kill his wife.
Yes.
You know, and I think after this video we'll try and put some things to buttress just after this video. Do you think there are powers that be, and what would be the reason why they just want to see this man go down? Or is it because of popular demand? Because in Nigeria, when something don't go social media, so people just gather around, everybody go wrong with time. It's like the Mohbad case. It was Naramali, everybody just come to them, and Samilari. You understand? Then later on, the wife said, no, he died like this, it's not them. You understand? Is this such a case, and who can be the people behind it, or person that just want to make sure they end Peter Nwachukwu?
Yes, I believe there are high-profile individuals, you see, and it's not far-fetched. Just an African day that says a witch cries at night, a child dies in the morning. The chances that you blame the witch that cried at night is there. The former Minister for Women Affairs, Polintali, the report had it that the daughter married somebody from the village, from the community of Mr. Peter. And the marriage did not last. And before you know, somebody from that community is perceived to be accused of violent conduct.
So we use...
That is one.
Okay.
Two, Mr. Peter is of course, it can serve as a lesson to many of you that are watching and all over the world. Socialism is key in life. Whenever you begin to live a life that's maybe
in isolation
because of knowledge imparted on you, hypothesization or doctrination or whatever, maybe thinking that we can only make heaven, others may not actually make it because of the lifestyle. It affects.
We are in the world but not of the world. So you stay by yourself.
You understand? By yourself, my family, my church. And at the end of the day, the church is disappointing you. That is the classical case. There was a case we handled about 5 years ago where a couple wanted to go to UK. And it happened that out of the three children they had, a baby girl, the other ones are 2 boys. The girl does not belong to the man. The man got angry and asked the wife, after I went in, who else? You know the case now?
I know the case. I've heard of the case too.
They quarreled so the woman wanted to commit suicide. We rescued her. When we did thorough investigation, before then, the family of the woman don't reject the woman. The church where she, I know one mention the church, make it no be like side. Don't, because they don't go different lab, they show say no be the man get the pikin. When we do thorough investigation, because that even though the woman get the pikin, we went for the discover that the child was swapped. What did the woman born that now? Baby boy. So you don't even get child.
It was swap the child.
And the child, they don't take the child go abroad. The family will do the swabbing about guess they born. So sometimes you can be quick to pass judgment, except If that woman had succeeded in killing herself, people that would be going close to her grave would be spitting on her and calling her adulterous woman. That is why Jesus Christ, when he had an encounter with the perceived adulteress, saying, if you are without sin, be the first to cast stone. There's no saint without a past, and there's no sinner that doesn't have a future. That does not mean that there are no issues of disagreement with Peter Nwachukwu and the wife from time to time. But interference that we have seen so far show that these people are after property. Getting it? After property. You understand? If welfare of the children have been announced and we are still following from the backyard to the joint account they have, the man is still alive. Even they use frivolous means to get letter of administration to take the children while the man is still alive without his consent. Sometimes you look at all this injustice, you marvel at where we are headed for in the justice system in this country. When you not follow through the facts, you go through sentiment because of pressure from social media or maybe the world, just like you have in the case of Mohbad. When Mohbad case came out, almost all the media stations stopped playing Naira Marley songs. Naira Marley was ostracized at cast. It was like if they see Naira Marley on the road, they will let you. And of course, the other matter that they gave order that some part of the money be released. And funny enough, they open accounts, UB account for the son. Whereas the person that's signatory that will be signatory in the account, that account is person that files the civil action.
The Godwin.
Yes. You understand? So we sometimes look at all these things. You ask what kind of judges are we having, but then who are we to talk? We are just watching and seeing how it will go. So we are hopeful and praying that if they face the facts and leave sentiment, Mr. Peter should be free. Because I never see, even now they say he's doing battery or assault or violence, you don't ever read having. You know, they say some people are learned. Some of us we know.
We don't learn.
You don't ever read. Or they say fight, beating, battery, violence causes cancer.
No, not at all. I've not seen anywhere. It doesn't. From the little I know.
From the little you know.
The little, yes.
Top. And they claim they said they stabbed the woman on the chest. He killed the woman on the chest. And even the lady that you played earlier claimed that she has a wound today. I don't know where she get such report. Whether her own report is different. This report will be given you with facts and evidence certified through copy from the court.